What up, what up? Rhythm and Streetz Radio, Trendsetter DJ Sense, man. For those of y'all that don't know, like, this is a special show, you know. It's called Rhythm and Streetz because we highlight the best in the R&B, the best in the hip-hop. You know, we focus on the streets, the hot shit, the up-and-coming shit. And I got a very special talent in the building. She comes all the way from the UK.
Yeah, that's true. See you
to the LA. Oh, come on now.
Okay,
come on now.
Come on now.
You know, shout out my man, Hitman Stevie J in the building. We definitely gonna get into the big homie. Aiyana-Lee, what's up?
Hey, let's go, man. Come on now. I can't believe you know I'm from the UK.
What, you thought I was just gonna be like an idiot, or like on the radio I was just gonna be goofy?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
goofy.
And just be asking you goofy questions.
Nah, I can see in your eyes.
You know what I mean, Stevie? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We gotta keep it professional.
Nah, I can see in your eyes. You know everything about me. I can see. I'm a little afraid because he got this piece of paper in his hands.
And shit. Like, come on now. You know, this is what I do. You know. Okay, but I appreciate you gracing this platform.
God, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Let's get right into it. The brand new EP.
Yeah.
Now hold up, this name.
Let's get into
Wednesday's Child.
Ooh, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you couldn't be Friday's Child or Monday's Child?
Man, I'm gonna tell you why. Real quick. First of all, let me just get it out of the way. I was not born on a Wednesday. I was born on Thursday. So already there's a problem. Right
okay, because I was like, okay, she must be born on a Wednesday.
You know, that would be the assumption, but no, it's actually a 18th century poem that I know we're getting deep now. 18th century poem. This. That and it's actually British, so you know, because from my roots, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
18th century poem where it states, you know, every other day except Wednesday has, you know, great fortune. If you're born on Monday, you get great fortune. If you're born on Tuesday,
like that.
But Wednesday was the only day that they're saying, oh, you're gonna lead a life of bad luck and hardship, and you know, growing up, you know, just through all the things, you know. Later on in life, just, you know, again, going to Los Angeles from the UK, being broke in a city full of rich kids. Shout out to my song, Rich Kids. You know, being bullied in school and having so many of those, you know, again, hardships that we all go through in life. Kind of, you know, that title stood out to me. And you know, I think at the core of all of us, we're all Wednesday's children. We're all dealt those hands. Later on in life, we realize what the reality of the world, how it really works. So for me, that title is so meaningful and important, and it also signifies being the outsider too, because it's like every other day of the week, you know, it gets that blessing, and Wednesday doesn't. So, you know, again, you know, this EP is such a special project because it's just so raw and honest, and it talks about the real experiences I've been throughout the last, you know, I'd say 5 years, most importantly, you know, with the Rich Kids, with, you know, the Gangster of Love, and then it has such range and such It's got such a palette of different vibes and different genres that I feel it's in so many different spaces, and it's not limited. So I'm just excited for this project to be finally birthed.
Well, hold up, is this your debut project?
Yes, this is my.
Because you're talking like you've been in the game like 20 years.
Well, I had
that was like you. I mean, like, who am I talking to right now?
Oh man, well, I've been doing it since I was 2 years old. So you know, I
read that.
You know, yeah. So I've done it for such a long time. You know, and it is everything that I love, and I feel like so many artists, when you're really truly passionate about the music, about what you're trying to say, most importantly, because I feel like, you know, nowadays it's so important to have really just lyrics that really speak to people and that are really honest, because a lot of times, especially right now, it's very much a chaser mentality of trying to be whatever's going out there. But I think, you know, when we created this project, we really sat in the studio and decided to close the door on everything that's going on out there and really try and cultivate my own sound and what I wanted to say as a person first and foremost, before even an artist. Who am I as a person? What do I have to say? What do I have to contribute to people in the world? So to me, it's a bigger picture, humanity moment. You know, music in general, I feel like speaks to, you know, beyond, you know, a race, sexuality, language. It doesn't matter. It's the one unifying, you know, force of the world.
I love this story already, and we just getting started.
I know, man.
Now I gotta put you on the spot.
Go ahead.
You know, this is Rhythm and Streetz. Gangster of Love. I need a bar. I need some bars right now. If you was rapping, I would just say do some. But you know, I've heard the music, you know, and your voice is out of here.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And you know.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
I need the bars.
Let's go.
Hit it.
Okay. They call me the Gangster of Love. Loving me might
You hear it?
be dangerous. If I give you the keys to my heart and you break it, then just know I might key your car because, baby, I'm never changing up. I'm still the gangster of love.
Ooh, Aiyana-Lee. Stevie, what we doing?
Man, you see what we doing?
Oh,
It ain't no
shit.
time to play around. I'm here to support her and make sure she gets all the shine that she need to get out here.
My man Stevie J is in the building, you know.
Yeah.
You know the hits. Everything my man has done. How this connection come together?
Very randomly, actually,
Randomly.
right?
Yeah.
To be honest, like this whole project, like even meeting LA Reid, like every connection that's been in this project and just surrounding this project has been so random, which I feel like is the most organic and meaningful, you know, kind of come together. But I had met him at my birthday.
Really?
Yeah, right?
Yes,
like,
I met her at her birthday party.
Yeah.
And it was just a great
Pull up,
vibe.
man. Pull
Yeah.
up, man. You all on
I'm
shit
in
back
the cut.
up.
I'm in the cut like a band.
Bro, it's all good, bro.
Yeah,
Do
you know, I met her at her birthday party and the synergy was there and we just connected. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is like, you know, he was right on the keys. Like we did a little like rendition of Gangster of Love.
Exactly.
And I think the cool thing with him is
Hold
he
up.
put a
Is this
spin
how
on it.
Gangster of Love was birthed?
Oh
No,
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 he came later in the game. He came later in the
Okay,
game. He came
all right,
later in the game.
all right.
But I will say, you know, with Gangster of Love and the piece we did on the piano, he has an ear to be able to switch it up and really give it its own moment. And I think that's so key. Moments are so important, you know,
That's a fact.
with artists and you know, creating those moments and creating things that feel special and individual, you know, because I feel like, you know, you can make a project, right? But after the project's out, after like there's so many other ways to have the project live on and different renditions and different vibes to it. So he really brought a different vibe to just us even playing. So I'm looking forward to more jams and moments like that to come through.
Dope, man. Aiyana-Lee's in the building. Stevie J's in the building, of course. Rhythm and Streetz Radio, Trendsetter DJ Sense. Let's go back to your childhood because you said you knew who you were at what age?
I mean, look, probably since birth, I knew I wanted to be in the game. I know
You came out like, all right, I'm ready for it.
I did. No, you know, I've known my whole life I wanted to do this. This was never like a thought. 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to me. It's A, B, C, D. It's always been music, and the fact that music has so many layers to the creative process, whether it's from writing to the production to even, you know, cultivating the sound and the visuals. It's such a layered
absolutely.
process that it kind of feels limitless. So for me, since day one, you know, I was born and raised by my single mom in London, and she's
Shouts out to mom.
17 times platinum singer-songwriter herself.
Wow.
You know what I mean? My uncle's David Ruffin from the Temptations,
Exactly.
and my grandfather, you know, because of the broken hearted, all this shit. So Jimmy Ruffin, you know, so for me, it was something that I gravitated towards so naturally, and you know, it never felt like a forced thing. It always felt, you know, because I feel like a lot of people feel, again, forced for whatever reason that may be. Maybe it's the parents. Maybe it's, you know what's trending right now. Like, I should be an artist. Da, da, da. But I think the most important thing is just to be naturally gravitated towards the game. And you know, there's so many. I'm working with so many people I'm inspired by.
Talk about it. Who you working with?
You know, of course, LA Reid. That was also a random connection, just like Stevie's connection.
Well, how did the LA Reid connection come about?
So I was in Miami for I was supposed to be there for 3 days. I was working with a producer, and I happened to be in the studio just waiting outside in the lobby. And you know, the producer was having a meeting with someone. I was waiting outside the lobby. I'm just waiting around, and they're like, "Oh, come and meet someone. There's someone in the studio." And this motherfucker LA Reid is right there. I'm like, "What the fuck is this fucker doing here?" And coincidentally, we run into each other there.
Wow.
And he extends his hand, and he's like, "I'm LA Reid," and I'm like, "Motherfucker, I know, man. Like, you don't gotta introduce yourself. Damn, I ain't even gonna act surprised, man." But with him, it's like, you know, it was an instant, there was a musicality, there was a connection. instantly, you know, I'm playing my music. He's like, oh, let me hear the music. I'm playing some of my music. You know, he's like, sing live. I sing live. You know, I'm performing. I'm dancing. I'm doing my thing. And he's like, man, you're just a superstar. We need to sign you today. Like,
Man,
this is time
off
right
the
now.
rip. You got it.
Off the top, right
Yeah.
at the beginning. So for me, again, it's like, it's those magical moments where you don't even expect it to happen, you know? I feel like it's very much definitely hard work, and this game is 24/7.
You ain't got no life. People be
ain't got no
thinking
life.
that this music shit, like,
It's glamorous as
that
well.
shit, nigga, that shit is no life.
No.
Zero.
No, and it's, again, like, it's so glamorized, the whole thing, and it's such an illusion, and it's kind of like what social media is. Everyone's
Right.
posting their highlight reel, not really knowing what's going on behind the scenes. We all putting on a face that ain't reality. So again, music and this project has allowed me to be honest and express myself, who I am as a person, who I am as a being, individual, beyond social media and the kind of face we all kind of see. This allows me to be vulnerable and allows a lot of other people to you know, see their vulnerability in mine and their stories in my own. So it's just a great opportunity to be able to even sit down and talk, and you know, the pandemic and
appreciate
everything. It's just great.
Talk
you know?
about the single, Gangster of Love.
Yeah.
The visual's crazy.
Thank you.
Lyric video was fucking crazy.
Thank you.
So that tells me that, you know, a lot of time was taken in behind the quality of it. Like you just talked about it, the quality in your imagery and the way everything is rolled out and et cetera, et cetera. So and I'm listening to the song, and then I'm hearing your story.
Yeah.
So talk about like the foundation behind Gangster of Love.
Well, with that song, that's a special one just because, you know, I had felt like there wasn't a love song in that vein of, you know, a lot of love songs, especially right now, I feel like they're all like, oh, I'm a victim to love. And I felt like this was such a dominating, like, different approach, a different perspective, at least. You know what I mean? A different perspective to love, to where, you know, I'm really talking about also not being taken advantage of and setting boundaries in love. Like, I could be in love with you, but you're still not gonna fuck with me, though.
That's
the
gangster
bottom
come
line. That's where the gangster comes from. So yeah, like, don't fuck with it, though, you know? But again, it's like, you can be also a vulnerable person and allow yourself to love, but at the same time, to the duality of it, you can put boundaries and set things, like set caution, like, I'm gonna give you a warning, like, this is not going, you're not gonna take advantage of me, you're not gonna play me in this way. So very much this song is it's a different kind of love song, and I feel like even melodically and sound wise, it's such a unique, and it feels almost old school. It's very old school, but at the same time, it almost feels like the future of music, because I feel like we're headed in such an age where, you know, songwriting and melodies and stories are prioritized. And I feel like the pandemic really allowed many artists to get back into that space of creating organically and being honest about who they are, first of all, again, as people.
Aiyana-Lee is in the building. My man Stevie J is in the building, of course. Rhythm and Streetz Radio, TrendsetterSense. Let's talk about your family, your mom. You know, 17
times platinum.
Ooh.
#1 hits under her belt. You know, whatever.
Your uncle.
Yep. David Ruffin.
David Ruffin,
Legend.
Temptation. Super legend.
Yeah.
Your grandfather.
Yeah.
There any pressure?
No. No, you know, in the sense of, I'm very inspired.
Right.
To me, it's more of an inspiration.
Right.
I think there's never really a pressure. It's more so a what is it? It's an excitement and a motivating type of feel to it. It's never a pressure. It's more so like, I really want this so bad, and I'm gonna go and get it. So again, I think, you know, the musicality of you know, just that, you know, David and Jimmy, in that sense, them coming from Motown, setting, you know, that I mean, music would not be, you know, what it is today without that foundation. It's crazy how much it's inspired, and I continue to be inspired by that. And I feel like, again, being raised also by my mom, who had such a versatile taste in music, and having musicians come in and out, and really her teaching me about how important lyrics are and songwriting is, that all really went into you know, who I am as a person and as an artist and also as a songwriter. You know, all these factors really made me not be afraid to experiment also with my music. And, you know, I think we went, you know, collectively as a team in the studio to just create something that felt like who I am as a person. And regardless of what the genre was going to turn out to be, which I think is important.
Love it. Aiyana-Lee's in the building. Shout out my man Stevie J. Of course, we got a super producer in the building.
Of course.
Not including my man. He's already because he's already done what he done. Outside of my man Stevie J.
Yeah.
What is your
Into it.
dream production collaboration?
Oh, that's so good. You know what? I'm gonna say Mark Ronson.
I love it.
Yeah.
So okay, I see where you trying to go with it.
Yeah.
You trying to do the
See the
uptown
picture?
funk. You trying to do like
Ooh.
with the no. You trying to
Yeah.
Amy.
exactly. I love it.
I love. You know what it
It
is?
just
with-
popped in my head.
Yeah. And the unique thing about him in particular that I love is he crafts sound, right? You know, with Amy, he crafted a different sound. She was doing jazz beforehand, right? And that was just such an incredible project on its own, first of all, let me say. But I think he really brought his own touch to, you know, the Back to Black era. You know, that era was, you know, its own category of
Right.
even music, combining jazz and pop and
Did you
soul.
say doo-wop?
and
It's got
vibe.
some doo-wop in there.
And there's some doo-wop.
But it got that
With Valerie and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
there's got some doo-wop and you know, again, like with every artist Mark, you know, works with, I've just seen the level of uniqueness he brings to each. He's not trying to do a one size fits all, right? So it's not like he's trying to copy paste the Amy sound on every person. He's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what a great producer does. Looks at each individual artist and says, who are you? And then I'm gonna try and add to who you are. I'm not gonna try and fit you into a mold I already created. So again, like people like Mark Ronson are so special and rare, and of course, look at what Stevie's done as well.
Absolutely.
You know, just
He already
insane.
know. He just sitting there on some humble shit right now.
You know what it is? I just like to hear her speak because as an artist, I've worked with a lot of artists. But she knows what she wants. She knows the direction she want to take, whether it's in a song, whether it's in a video, whether it's in an asset to give to social media. She plays a part in her whole career. That's why I love her so much. You know what I'm saying?
Love
I
it, man.
appreciate the artist that she is.
Love
The
it.
individual
appreciate
and the artist.
I love it. I'm learning so much,
appreciate
man.
that.
You very in depth.
Thank
With
you.
everything. It's funny you said Mark Ronson. That's one of my favorite DJs. Me being a DJ.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I actually did a show with him in Tokyo a couple years ago.
No way.
Yeah, and I
That's
didn't even
crazy.
know.
Wow.
I didn't even know I was in Tokyo with Lil Jon because I used to tour with Lil Jon.
Unbelievable.
And we did One Oak Tokyo. It was me, Lil Jon, and Mark Ronson. And he was the coolest dude. It was, and then
Wow.
it was like he wasn't Mark Ronson. He was like, oh man, what's up, man? Yeah.
That'll be
I'm about to
the most. The people at the top. I've realized
Yo.
be the most humble motherfuckers.
Wow, what
You
do
ever-
they be?
you-
They got all the cash they can.
Exactly.
everyone
They're
they like at
good.
that point.
You ever met Pharrell?
Oh my God, that's another dream one.
That
That's
is the
another dream one.
coolest motherfucker I've ever met.
Oh,
Most
wow.
humble dude. Just say
Wow.
you say people like, and
Yeah.
so he always like meeting him made me realize like it don't matter what level you on, like you know, because there's some motherfuckers be assholes. There ain't no
Yeah.
secret to that.
Yes,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
Oh, I've met a lot of assholes, man, in this
Already?
industry. Oh my God, already. I mean, look, when I first moved out to Hollywood, just it was a mess. Like, I was broken into the Feel Rich Kids. Shout out to the Song Rich Kids again, you know. But you know, it was so hard to really suss out the real from the fake, especially when you first get to a city like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It is so hard to really navigate, you know, and also keep the structure of who you are as a person. And I think, again, the first priority should always be who you are and not changing that for anything. Not for the business, not for the this, not for the that. You gotta stay strong in it, because guess what? There will be someone who does believe in who you already are, right?
Yeah.
Before changing you, before trying to make you something else.
Right.
So, you know, again, Los Angeles I've met a lot of fucked up people.
How long? Wait. So when did you move from the UK to LA?
When I was 15, so
Okay.
like 5-6 years ago,
Okay.
something like that. But But yeah, I mean, it was so fucking weird. The whole city is just full of shit, just covered in perfume to try to like disguise the smell. You know what I mean? Like that city's crazy. But you know, as an artist, you know, I feel like it's also helped me so much to really solidify who I am again as a person, but also inspire the music, you know, that's now Wednesday's Child. That I wouldn't have this. Wouldn't have it.
Sounds so dope.
Wouldn't have it without the experience of moving from London to LA. So
I love it. Aiyana-Lee's in the building. Talk about it. I said dream production collaboration.
Oof.
Dream co-artist
Okay.
collaboration.
Oh my God, there's a list.
You can give me give me like a 3.
I mean, look, there's a lot. There's a lot just because I'm so immersed in so many genres and so many worlds. But I think, you know, if I were to have, you know, some peeps on this project or the next project, would be like, you know, Bruno. Ooh. And like, you know what, even Miley would you know, I love me some Miley. Yeah. I love me some, you know, I'd love to also get some of, you know, some Alicia Keys maybe on something and some, I mean, there's a list. Sam Smith, Adele. I love this artist named Louis Capaldi. I'm just so inspired by his songwriting and how in depth he goes with his lyrics. You know, I mean, there's a lot who unfortunately have passed away. Some of the greats who would have been incredible, and you know, Queen inspired some shit. You know, like it's so crazy because again, that's why I say it's such a. It feels like almost like a very timeless piece of music and timeless piece of art, and also it can again be fit in so many genres, and also it has such a blend of so many genres that you can go from Queen Bohemian Rhapsody to Bruno Uptown Funk on it to Louis Capaldi.
You inspire me as a DJ.
But there's so much incredible music out there. There's a lot of underrated music out there too. But I think again, it's time for just real lyrics, real passion for the art. I think there's a lack in passion for music, and you know, it's very much chaser mentality when it comes to music, and very much, you know, product and quantity over quality right now.
Fast forward 5 years. What will Aiyana-Lee be doing?
Ooh, I think the biggest goal is to just have my music in as many households as possible. Being able to tour, do shows, really talk to people, just be immersed into that experience of going on tours and arenas, and just there's a certain energy to it where it feels like a community of people coming together, because to me it goes beyond the music. It really does go beyond the music. It's human to human. It's collectively, again, it goes beyond language, race, sexuality. It is, you know, the language of the human race. So just being able to, you know, build visually on things, have these storylines, continue to do what I'm doing, and collaborate with some incredible people, perform, you know, maybe get some awards. That would be nice.
just a little bit.
For fun of it. But I think at the core of it, it's just sharing my music with the world.
I love it. Wednesday's Child, Gangster of Love.
Wow.
This was, I really appreciate you so much. I love how you just really open and honest, and how you just speak from the heart, you know.
Yeah.
And I wish you nothing but the best. I see you are a fucking superstar. They was right. They was definitely right having this conversation. Already songs charting.
I know, crazy.
EP popping.
Crazy.
I read 2022 artists to look out for. So
yeah.
future's bright.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Shout out my man Stevie J, the legend.
Man, I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Much
you.
love. Aiyana-Lee.
Aiyana-Lee. Wednesday Child, go cop that joint. iTunes right now.
Let's go.
Hear it.
Go cop that joint.
Yeah.
Hear it. Let's get it.
Appreciate y'all.
Man, I appreciate you
I
too.
appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
And you come in and engineer.
Come
Look
on,
at this.
man, I got this.
We got legends
Whatever we
engineering.
need, whatever we need, I got it.
Trendsetter.